What's up everyone, it's your host Alex Harvey here, and today on Local Legends we have Braden.
Braden Deschine, yep.
Perfect. Thank God you said your last name because I was going to slaughter it.
Yep, that's Deschine, and that's Navajo origin. Pronounced Deschine is a silent, there's a T in there, but it's not listed.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's Deschine.
Deschine.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I should be able to remove that. No promises.
Okay.
Well, this is Braden. He is with Arrive Homes, and he's going to tell us all about Arrive Homes programs, their incentives, how he got into the whole lending situation, and everything that hopefully if you are looking for a home, we can help you get into something relatively soon or a lot faster than you were thinking. If you're interested in learning more, check out the Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I'll have all of his information along with those. But to start off, Braden, how are we doing today?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
Perfect. Another day in paradise?
Another day in paradise, exactly.
Perfect. Well, how's everything been since last time we seen each other at NAREP?
Yeah, so the last time we talked, that was about a month ago.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, rocking and rolling, breaking records here at Arrive Home every month since, I believe, April. And so breaking the registration record, breaking the closing record. And
Really?
so, yeah, I think we're on track again for the month of September to break another record for those. So,
Heck, what's your fastest closing?
say again?
Your record on closing?
Record on close, I believe we're like 190.
Really?
190 closings in 1 month, yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, so we're rocking and rolling for sure.
Sounds like it. How many people are on your team?
On our team, on the sales team, we have about 5 or 6. And then as a company, I think there's 60 to 70 employees now that are helping run CHIP on the DPA side and their equity side. So
And you're closing about 190?
190 per month.
That's impressive. You don't really hear a whole lot of closings that much.
Yep. So great programs make for great processes and loan processes. So
Oh yeah. How much do you think you're going to be closing this month if you're planning on beating the last record?
probably the same 190, 195.
Still not bad.
Yeah. All progress is good progress.
Oh yeah.
So anyway.
Perfect. Well, as everyone knows, I have usually a list of questions that I ask the real estate professional, business owner, all that type of stuff. Now, whether we stick to it is a different story.
Okay.
I'm just going to ask basic questions, a little bit more in-depth questions, and if you go on a full tangent, I guess we'll see where it goes.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, to start off, starting strong, can you share how you first became part of Arrive Home and what drew you to its mission of expanding home ownership across an unserved community?
Absolutely. So I was working at a previous company, which we had talked about just moments here before. And the owners of Arrive Home, they started another DPA offering. And they took that from zero to, new heights there. And so I knew them from working for them back in 2017, 2018. And so from there, I was mostly on the processing side. So more like data entry level positions, right? And from there, we would take the loans and either grant them approval or, maybe send them back to the lender. And then from there, they would flow through the process. So I was more on the beginning side. And then now when I transitioned over to Arrive Home about a year ago, that's when I've been more on the sales side of things. So even more in the beginning, like even further in the beginning. So I knew the owners, interviewed with them, and it wasn't like they just gave me the job. Absolutely. I had to go through multiple interviews and ended up interviewing with Sean King, and he pretty much liked the fact that I had some other side projects on the side, much like this, how you have realtor as your title, and then you do podcasting on the side. So I had a lot of other things going for me, aside from the mortgage stuff. And so from there, he was like, all right, let's do it. So that was 2024, July 4th.
So just a little over a year.
Yep, a little over a year ago, been here, and happy to be here.
How hard was that transition from going to what you were doing to the sales side? Was it easy transition or?
I think it was an easy transition because I was familiar with a lot of the documents. And so it was easy to explain. And even going back to my processing career, I guess you could call it, it was, we would say like, oh man, we're doing all these trainings, like we're helping out these lenders, these correspondents that we work with. And we're like, we could totally be like on the sales side because this is pretty much what we do. And so aside from the generating new leads and going after new lending companies, it's all familiar.
Okay, so not hard at all.
Yeah, not hard at all. And I do have a sales background as well. So I like to do a lot of other things, like I mentioned on the side, and ended up doing some door-to-door way back in 2017.
Really?
Yeah.
Still on the mortgage side, or?
No, that was Security Home Systems. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, just a local company here in Provo. So, and then ended up working for, again, the previous company. And then now I'm here.
I'm guessing you no longer like that door-to-door sales?
No, yeah, I mean, it was good while it lasted,
Yeah.
I think it really just gave me a good landing platform and a good base to transition to other things, right? So it really introduced me to the business side of things. And so from that point, it's just always been like business in my head, like how businesses work, how they started from nothing to, turning a profit and then eventually grow into what they are today. So
I like it. Alrighty. Well, with Arrive Homes streamlines down payment assistance by enabling automated loan registration, rapid pricing, and lock functionality. How do you blend tech efficiency with empathy in your role?
that's a good question. So a lot of times, just me as an account executive, I get a lot of emails, a lot of calls. And so I reached out to our EVP, Sean, and he goes, the best way to get rid of all that, I guess you could call it busyness and all that demand is to utilize technology. And so we do have a training room, and I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but there is a link. So we can get people a link, but it goes through our whole processes. And pretty much any question, it goes through every document. There's videos recorded, there's sample docs, there's a slide deck that we reference in our presentations as well. And so utilizing that side, but as well as the website developers. So shout out to Trevor Ross. He's one of our website developers, and he is creating a new website and a new portal to submit loans through that it should be a lot easier and should streamline the whole process. So
That's going to be real nice.
Yep, and that's called BASE, BASE, and that's coming out here pretty soon.
Have you guys already started implementing like AI and that kind of stuff, or is it just software right now?
So we do, if you go on our website, there is an AI chat, I believe, chatbot, I believe it's called.
Okay.
And so just small things like that, not like the whole like ChatGPT thing or whatever. And so, I use it, every now and then, it just helps me out a little bit, but yeah, that's it.
Well, sounds like lots of things are coming in the works, and hopefully it goes as everyone is expecting. Yep. Hopefully it just streamlines everything so much better. Yeah,
so we're starting to pilot some new lenders, just slowly like moving lenders over. And so that's been a good learning experience, just getting those few lenders on, just so we can work out the bugs. And then eventually we're going to move everyone over to this new platform. So
do you guys have an idea when the launch is going to be, or still in the works?
Well, it's September, so they said fall of this year, so pretty soon.
Pretty soon?
Pretty soon, yes.
All right, well, hopefully it does go good, because I know sometimes when there is a full launch, there's a whole lot of
right.
So hopefully the lenders you do have will even everything out.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
heck yeah, I'd love to hear it. Well, can you explain what DPA is and EEP is?
Okay. So we like to call it standard DPA, just for the title there. That's really our bread and butter. That's what the industry is. And so Arrive Home, I guess we can get into that as well. So we are a mortgage company based out of Salt Lake City, and we collaborate with a Native American tribe called the Tule River Tribe out in Portersville, California. And the reason we collaborate with them, one, they allow us to take this program federal. So we're available in all states except New York. And then they grant us the ability to have government entity status, which just means we can offer these DPA programs, the standard DPA, which we mentioned, and the earned equity program, So anyways, we utilize the investment property exception in the HUD 4001, if you guys are familiar. And again, they grant us the ability to, to purchase homes using FHA financing as that government entity. And so we have the standard DPA, right, which is just straight DPA financing, competes with some of the state bond programs that the states, each individual state has their own program. And so Utah, here we're in Utah locally, and it's the Utah State Housing Agency, I believe it's called. Texas is TSHAC, California, CalHFA. And so we're familiar with what some of these state bond programs have going on, and we're very competitive. And so the DPA side, again, is all FHA financing. So we're in the FHA space. So if your borrowers can qualify FHA and, qualify with a loan with a correspondent lender, then we can provide the down payment assistance on the standard DPAs, okay? So it's fully delegated correspondence, which just means that they have their own underwriters. They can take a look at the borrowers, get them approved on their side. We'll supply the down payment assistance as the government entity for your borrowers. And so we do have a soft second forgivable option, and we do have a repayable option for the DPA, okay? So in the event that your borrowers do not qualify for FHA, we have our FHA fallout product, which is called our earned equity program. And so our earned equity program is our FHA fallout. Borrowers who maybe just fall outside the credit box, or maybe they're self-employed, so they need 2 years of tax transcripts or time on the job, things like that. If they fall outside those lines, what we do as a government entity is we purchase the home using FHA financing, and then create a separate agreement called the home buyer financing agreement. And so it almost works like seller financing. Where you purchase a home and then you do your own financing with a buyer, right? And so it works similar to that, works similar to a ground lease as well. If you guys are familiar with the FHA ground lease, the 199-year ground lease, similar to that, but ours is casted over 40 years. And so again, it's our FHA fallout product, so you get to pick up that business that you may otherwise have, would turn away.
That's insane. I don't think I've ever heard of someone else that does those type of programs. Like, of course, okay, so for everyone that doesn't know, DPA is down payment assistance, and then EEP is the earned equity program. But I don't think I've heard anyone do any type of EEP before. So the fact that you guys can, have you had a lot of turnaround on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that's our most popular program, especially, so we met at NAREP, which stands for National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals. And so we're big and huge in the NAREP space, mostly because a lot of the realtors and loan officers there tailored more towards I-10s. And so we can service those I-10 buyers under the earned equity program as well. And so, so I do know that as of May 25th of this year, that DACAs are no longer eligible for FHA. And so DACAs are eligible under the earned equity program.
That opened up a lot of new buyers.
Yes, absolutely. So it creates opens up your borrower profile a little bit, and get to pick up that business on the back end.
That's freaking awesome. How do you go about explaining like that type of benefit to potential buyers?
Right. Yeah. So for these buyers, most of them have the mentality that they're going to rent forever, right? Especially with the market now, with home prices and some of these other programs that do like 20 to 25% down. Ours are closer to 5 to 10% down. With the earned equity program, with the Arrive Home, the DPA, the down payment assistance, we'll supply the down payment assistance. You guys provide the closing costs, which come from the lender. There's no fees on that, but so that's a huge benefit. Is upfront costs is 5 to 10%, and some of the takeout options that they can exercise under the EEP program. So they can sell the home, they can assume the underlying FHA loan in the future, right? So say they don't qualify now, doesn't mean that they don't qualify in the future. They can assume the FHA loan should they qualify, maybe credit repair, right? So in the future they can, qualify for that. And then they can Most of them sell the property, I would say, from what we've seen. I believe we own about 1,800 properties using the earned equity program. And so most of them that I've utilized the takeout options go with selling the property, which is a collaboration part with Rive Home and TRHEEA, the Tule River Home Buyer Earned Equity Agency. So
Interesting. Okay, so random question. With the EEP and someone gets the home that they want and you guys help them, is there a way they can use that same program to buy another property and keep the other one for like a rental, or is there?
So we do allow concurrent ownership. So they would have to own a property currently, however they qualify, by whatever means they qualify. But they would have to live inside this new property under the EEP program as their primary residence. They cannot use this as an investment property or like a fix and flip, anything like that. And so we really intend this to be more geared towards buyers who want to, really have their forever home, and live inside the property. And another benefit, going back to the benefits, is some of these programs, again, have a huge upfront cost, but as well as shared split equity or appreciation. Whereas with us, with the EEP program, it's 100% going to be the home buyers who are living in the home. So as the home appreciates, they'll be able to keep 100% of that appreciation with no shared split equity or any 50-50 shares or anything like that. So a huge benefit, again, gets them inside the door of homeownership, and they can utilize those takeout options in the future. So
I might have some people to be sending to you.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so we all know in the real estate world, speed is key, and speed is like the biggest thing that matters. Your DPA platform promises to simplify and speed up the process, potentially taking down payment assistance from month-long wait to a couple of hours. How does that speed mean for lenders and borrowers?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's really the game, right? It's either price or efficiency, right? And so if we can get the pricing side, then it really comes down to service on the back end. And so, I mean, really the DPA side, it's a lot quicker, a lot faster, because it's all on the correspondent lenders on their timelines and their TRID timelines, and they got to follow TRID and qualify FHA and all that. But again, we supply the DPA with our funding obligation letter, which you can get in about a 4-minute lock process. So pretty efficient there.
Just a little bit.
So submit the file to us. Typically, these borrowers are already approved FHA with the lenders. And so, it's a pretty easy process to register with us in our system.
Heck yeah, I like it. Okay, so Earned Equity Program supports borrowers like gig workers, I-10 holders who don't fit standard credit molds. How does that program help lenders say yes when traditional systems say no, besides giving them more opportunity to get into a home?
Absolutely. So with these buyers, we like to say they're not trash buyers, right? Like they're quality buyers who have verifiable income, verifiable assets. They maybe got some money in the bank, but for whatever reason, they fall outside those credit qualifying or income qualifying for these other programs. And so we'll pick up that business on the back end and again, give them a gateway to really get into the economic engine we call homeownership and real estate. And so, we get to pick up that business on the back end again as our FHA fallout, we call it. And so, yes, gig workers, you mentioned gig workers. So we do have a marketing campaign here coming out here pretty soon called EEP Docklight and EEP Pathways, or El Camino. And so that's just, again, a marketing campaign geared more towards a certain demographic. So El Camino is more like the Spanish community, whereas Docklight is more gig workers, like you had mentioned there. So like your Uber, Lyft drivers, things like that. We can take a look at their income and assets there.
Okay, and then for everyone that doesn't know what gig workers are, or I-10, can you explain what those entail so then people that are listening could see if that is something that they're assorted with, or if they know someone that could be?
Yeah, gig workers, Uber, Lyft drivers, door dashers, things like that. Taxi drivers are also another big one. And then the ITINs, so that stands for identity taxpayer number, right? So as a legal alien, I say legal, not illegal. You're right, you're right. So, people that are living inside this country legally, they got their passports, they got their social security numbers and their ITINs, which just means they're paying taxes in this country, living here lawfully. And, maybe they got some sponsorships as well, vouching for them to work here. They got their work visas, people like that, right? So the I-10 community is the ones that we pick up on the FHA fallout there.
Perfect. So if, like you said, if you're a taxi driver, Uber, DoorDash, a legal alien that lives here legally, if you're any of those type of categories and you're really dreaming about getting a home, get a hold of us. We can see what we can do for you. And even though you may not be in the most amazing career like lawyers or anything, there's still opportunities to get you into a home of your dreams. So let us know.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Arrive Home positions its work as creating generational change one home at a time. From your experience, what's the deeper impact of bringing home ownership within reach of low and moderate income families?
Yeah, absolutely. So I had mentioned that, maybe these buyers have the mentality that they're going to rent forever and there's really no hope. And so maybe they're stuck into an apartment or a property that you're just going to keep making payments forever, right? And so we want to bridge that gap and help them just get into like a small, just to get into the game, right? Yeah. They're on the sidelines, they're watching everyone else buy homes. Just get them in the game. Let's get them into maybe an EEP agreement at first, and then in the future they do have those options to qualify FHA. Then we can go that route and go, with the new financing there.
And I think that's the biggest problem in America is that people don't really think they can afford a home, and when there's so many programs out here that have the benefits, like the gig workers, I don't think a whole lot of them think they'll be able to qualify for something. But there really are a lot of programs that we can do for you guys, that there is hope out there, that you don't have to think you're spending the rest of your life paying someone else's mortgage. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you can be paying your own, building all that equity and becoming a part of America's home ownership. So don't lose faith. We have options for all of you.
Yes, absolutely. And I was going to add on to that. The biggest misconception is that you need 20% down to purchase a home, right? With FHA, again, we'll supply the down payment on that side. With the EP, it's closer to 5 to 10%. So if we can come up with those upfront costs, maybe we have some options for you.
Yeah, and the amount of people I've talked to that don't know what a DPA is insane.
Yeah.
It's honestly kind of scary, but I love being able to educate people because they're thinking they're going to have to spend the next 2 or 3 years saving up this $10,000-$20,000. When I break it to them, you don't need that. You can go completely zero down. But
the closing costs, right?
Exactly. So it's a beautiful thing that we have nowadays.
Yes, absolutely. There's some options for your buyers. Okay, send them to us, and we can see what we can do.
We got this. So you work closely with lenders, government entities, and nonprofits. How do you build and maintain effective partnership across such different sections to deliver on your promise?
Yeah, I think we have a well-oiled machine here. Again, we talked about the Tule River tribe, which we collaborate with. And I say collaborate because it's a business relationship, right? Yeah. And so importantly, the buyer wins on these transactions, the borrower wins, then the tribe wins, then the lender wins, and then we win as well. So it's a mutual partnership, especially with our earned equity program too, capturing that business there. But yeah, we collaborate with the Tule River Indian tribe out of Portersville, California. And on the earned equity program, it is TRHEEA, which stands for Tule River Home Buyer Earned Equity Agency. And that's the team that's running the ship over at Tule River. And then we have obviously our team here in Salt Lake City, Arrive Home at the HQ. And then we have Tule River signers here as well. So the mobile notaries, we have them down here in Salt Lake City.
I just found about mobile notaries at Realtor Day. Didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, we got a couple here. I got a team here, and just excited to have them. And their whole job is to just sign these EUP agreements and get them processed. So
That's freaking sick.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
So, as someone who fuels the mission forward every day, what's one story or experience that reminds you why Arrive Home matters and keeps you passionate in this role?
Yeah, so one that comes to mind, and we're gathering a lot of borrower success stories or buyer success stories where they may not qualify. And we even had one lender here. He says every one of these is a success story. Like they couldn't qualify and now they can, right? And so we have a lot of those, and so we'll be sharing those here shortly as we collect and put all the information together. But one of them was from actually a loan officer. So I believe he was working with one of the lenders, right? And he had just lost hope of trying to be a loan originator and get people into homes. And he's like, I can't sell these programs. And here comes the earned equity program where you got buyers who cannot qualify for FHA. And so he started like, okay, let me try to figure this program out. And he actually shared with us that he was going through like a depressive episode, like just like a timeline of just being depressed. And here comes the earned equity program, and it gave him a boost of morale and a new purpose. And now he can help these buyers who otherwise wouldn't qualify. And so just hearing those stories, not only from the buyers but from a loan originator who was going through some stuff and came out of that depressive state and found a new hope for living, really.
Oh, that's so freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's really awe-inspiring for sure.
I don't think a whole lot of people realize like the lenders tried their very best to get people into homes, and when there's nothing they can do, it's pretty devastating to them.
Yeah.
But being able to have these new opportunities and new programs that are able to help everyone combine is truly amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree wholeheartedly.
Oh, that's freaking awesome. So if you're out there, you guys just don't think you're being able to afford anything or qualify for anything, we have opportunities for you. So you have people that's really wanting to get you guys into homes and start building generational wealth for you and your family. But
absolutely. And then closing remarks too. So a lot of people would reach out to us and say, how do I utilize your program? The first step is to, you can reach out to us, or you can qualify with one of our approved lenders. And if you don't know any of the lenders, you can reach out to us. We can give you a list of recommendations. But ultimately it would go through the correspondent lender. And then from there we'd collaborate to get into the home. So,
okay, perfect. Yep. So listen to that.
Yep.
Braden, is there anything else you'd like to tell the audience about you, Arrive Homes, different things that you can provide for potential buyers or lenders or help with agents, anything at all that you'd like to include?
I just want to include or give a shout out to the owners of Arrive Home. So they started multiple national DPA offerings way back in the 2000s, and then started another national DPA offering back in 2014, which is where I got connected with them. And so Arrive Home, they came into fruition in 2022, so August of 2022. And so we're just closed on the 3-year anniversary, right?
Awesome.
Yep. And so if you hear Sean's story, he says that there was for the whole year, so from August to December, there was 0 registrations. And so we were banking on a lot of the lenders to pull through for us. And so the story goes, December 31st, 2022, there was no morale at Arrive Home, and this loan officer, he ended up putting 2 registrations because Sean had reached out to him and said, I don't care, I need some loans in the process, in the pipeline to give our company a little bit of morale. And so he ended up doing that again, December 31st, 2022. And as soon as the company saw those 2 registrations come through, it really boosted the morale to where now 2025, we've 20x the company. From nothing, yeah. So it's awe-inspiring, truly an American underdog story. from a startup to where we are now, and launching new heights. And I can confidently say as well is that we touch more FHA loans than, with a few exceptions, in the country. So we touch more, as a DPA offering, we touch more FHA loans than any other FHA lender provider.
That's
so
freaking sick.
We're rocking and rolling here at Arrive Homes. So again, just reach out to us and we can see how we can help you out.
Perfect. Well, Sean, if you're going to listen to this, I'm going to make sure to add you into the description and mention you. Is there a way or a website that people can go to learn about his story, or is it on YouTube or something?
Yeah, I think he's done a few podcasts. So just look up Sean King podcast. He doesn't host one, but he's been a guest on a few. And so, yeah, he's our EVP and one of the founders here at Arrive Home. And so that story is all inspiring there. And I can say that Sean King has sold more down payment assistance than anyone else in the country.
Really?
Yep. So again, going back to the 2000s, he's part of all of that, and then came with the previous company and here at Arrive Home now. So
that's freaking sick.
yeah, absolutely. So go to our website, arrivehome.org. You'll find all our program guidelines, our matrix. There's even our training room, which does have a password. So reach out to us and we can get you the password. And yeah, just happy to be here. Thank you for hosting. This is great.
Of course, thank you for being on guest. Do you want to tell people how to get a hold of you directly, or is it just through Arrive Homes?
Yeah, I mean, I can. So my phone number is 435-572-5633, and that's my personal cell phone. Give me a call. If I don't answer, shoot me a text. That's again my personal cell phone. So reach out anytime. If I'm not doing one of these podcasts or on a training, so I'm doing trainings back to back every single day. If I'm not on one of those, I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And then you can email me. My name is Braden Deschine. So that's BRADEN .D as in dog ESCHINE @arrivehome.org.
Love it. Well, everyone, I'll make sure to put all of his information into the description. Make sure to like, share, comment, and hopefully you enjoy the video. But yes, if you are looking into different ways of purchasing a home or being able to get qualified or get yourself into a new home, no matter which situation you're in, let us know. I guarantee we can find some route for you.
Yes, absolutely. And we do have some gifts for you as well. So we have a couple t-shirts and our signature white glasses. So these are Sean King's signature look, and he has actual prescription ones that he uses. These are blue light glasses. And so you'll see him with the white glasses, rocking the white glasses. That's really what he's known for. Started out as a joke, he says, and then he just was like, just own it,
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So shout out to the Narep family as well. That's how we got connected.
Oh yeah.
And we're proud sponsors here at the Salt Lake chapter. And we'll see you guys in San Diego next week at the National Narep Convention. So
I'll be putting all of that into the description. So if you're interested in talking to him, going to NAREP, learning everything that Arrive Home has to offer for you, you'll be able to find it in the description, along with my Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify. So, Braden, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you.
absolutely.
Like I said, like, subscribe, comment, share it with friends, and I will catch everyone on the next episode. See you guys.
See ya.
And that's a wrap.
Yeah, love it.